Alright, here we have our super hard to find, all original 1975 Dodge Tradesman 100 van. It's a shorty van, so it's a short wheelbase. It's not the more common long one. It's half ton. It was converted since basically brand new out of the gate. It was sent to Florence, California. It's originally a California truck, so it's really rust free, by the Recreational Vans Incorporated in Florence, California at the beginning, or actually in August of 1975. And so this is pretty much all original. I mean, the original paint from the factory is right there where this paint has been taken off, but since this truck has been purchased new, it's always had this paint job and these decals as part of the conversion. So the Recreational Van Company put this paint job on there, so pretty much since day one, 0 miles, the first purchase order, first owner, this is the paint job. So it's kind of has a second paint job, but it's still the original. You got your original decals here. So I bought this, because this thing would be just killer. I mean, this was a full-on conversion. I mean, it had your propane hookup, all this stuff. It's got the high top, which is also hard to find. It's not a pop-up. It's just a high top van. We kind of nicknamed it the Conehead van. Really straight. It's really oxidized. But I mean, you get your finger wet, and the orange would come back just killer. This is just somebody put a temporary plate, metal plate on here to block off anything, because the internals, it was mainly taken out. So if you want to keep it, that's what I wanted to do. I kind of wanted to buff it out. I have a little area waxed out I can show you. But I'll get in the inside and show you. Everything's been taken out, but it's super straight. Just a little buckle in the metal right there. And again, this is from California, and then it was in Washington, where we use no salt on the roads. So this is completely rust free. You'll see a little bit of surface rust from worn paint like that and on the lower areas. But besides that little buckle down there after the rear tire on the right side, you have a little scuff in the paint here, as I showed. And then looks like they're rubbed up against something and in the door in a little bit, but you could bring that out no problem. You have your typical stuff, like the rubber seals are getting old, stuff like that. This van was built in the heap, in the mid of the van craze, so this was just probably a killer van back in the day and could probably tell some killer stories. We'll go ahead and go around the passenger side and show you guys the inside. But it's got a really cool, kind of like Hemi orange, basically, is what it's really close to. Kind of like a Hugger orange of the GM color. You can see it's got all this original stuff. This stuff's worn, but this stuff is just killer. I mean, these things, come the 80s and 90s, and especially 2000s, these things are just thrown to the wayside. I mean, they were just tossed and kind of come back with the retroness. But you can see it's been gutted out. Some of the wood paneling is aged. But it's not leaking. It hasn't ever leaked water. We've stored this only on the outside, and in carport sometimes. It's got a super old Pep Boys bumper sticker. The original shag carpet's in place. Again, the plate was made. There's a couple holes in the back I'll show you in the ground from probably the refrigerator had there. Get your power outlet. These killer swivel captain seats. They flip all the way around. So they can flip out to this, as you'll see in the pictures, out to the door. It smells like an old vehicle in here, but it doesn't smell like a smoker, it doesn't smell like past, it smells like an old truck, if you're familiar with that smell. All the doors open and close. It's a runner and driver. It's kind of a blank canvas, really. You'll see it's got the wood door panel. This one's in really nice shape. I mean, the seats are just killer. The driver's got a little bit of wear. You got your original type of leather there. Your original glove box opens up. You got your old school fuses. This is a full metal dash pad, and you got a couple little dings here. Sun visors come down. The wood on the headliner is a little bit old, but still looks pretty good. You got, some pieces that, I think a bed went up there because this door falls down. But I think a piece went all the way across the top. But if you get on the internet, you can find out a lot about these things. They're called the Adventure, a couple different things. Nice condition, original wheels and caps. Grill's in good shape, but you just have your typical aging. Now you gotta expect this stuff. This thing's been outside for quite a bit. You do got a little ding right there, I guess, and a little rub in the paint. You got a little chip in the glass here. Other than that, I mean, the glass is all original. But like I mentioned there, the seal is dried up and pulled back a little bit. Mirrors are, you know, one's cracked, but they don't flop around in the wind. Got your original decal. Nice shape. You know, you get your carpets faded and sun-dyed and, you know, dark in some areas from driving. You know, the e-brake still works. Got the pull e-brake. You got the circle gauges. Pretty fun thing to drive. It's got a cool steering wheel. You know, this has got the wear. I mean, these things just weren't meant to last as long. So to see it look this good after this amount of time is pretty impressive. This is just not a vehicle that we're going to get to. We end up getting a pop-top Dodge van. A newer one from the 90s. So I got another kid on the way, so it was just a little quicker to get done. We got to shave out some of the projects. It's got a nice little Pioneer CD. So obviously this thing was being used not too long ago. I've had it about a year. Kept it running and driving. Kept fluids in it. Kept fresh gas in it. Battery's good, all that stuff. So I'll grab the keys here and fire it up for you. And I'll also do a drive. But it's got the original keys. And it's got this one's a spare, but and that's how it fires up when it's warm. You know, it's not crazy warm. I just drove it down the street, but you can see the temps up. The gas gauge does work. You know, it's just a little low on fuel. You know, it's 5-digit odometer, but it says 14317, so you know, probably 114. But by the pedals and stuff and a lot of the other wearables, I don't think this thing would have 214 on it. I mean, the doors shut just killer. It does smoke a little bit. I think from sitting, I think the rings have gone bad. It's got the 318 motor. You know, I haven't done a whole lot. Going through the mechanicals. You know, I kind of wanted to throw some Flowmasters on it, and I was going to put some Mopar Rallies on it. I was going to do a staggered 8-inch in the back. But open up the rear doors. You know, they all open really good. And you can see the holes here I was talking about. And these, you know, you gotta kind of expect just this typical wear and tear of the dyed carpet and the cheap panel wooding being worn, and there's some wear on the paint. But it's just incredible to find this van still existing and in the nice original condition like this. I mean, it's a little bit of a project depending on which way you want to go, but it you know, definitely deserves to be saved and you know, put on the road and enjoyed again, just because there's just not many of them around anymore. So, you know, I'll rev it up a little bit so you can see it's, you know, does smoke a little bit. And you know, I don't know, that might be something after you drive it for a while, clears up a little bit, but it runs good, runs really quiet and smooth, no exhaust leaks, no knocking or ticking or anything like that. So good luck, and I hope this finds a new home and gets revived and saved and enjoyed and taken out camping again. Alright, here we are in a cold start video of our little 75 Shorty Dodge Tradesman camper van. It's kind of a little tight to get in here, but move some stuff around. You can hopefully see me grabbing a hold of the exhaust manifold. Well, it's nice and cold. Grab the keys, give her a couple pumps, and then see if I can. So it runs really quiet and smooth. These are annoying. You kind of get your foot hung up on those, so I'd cut those off. But your gauges work, which is nice. Lights work. You can hear it just running really quiet, smooth. You know, it's probably been sitting, I'd guess it's probably about 4 days since I moved this one around. It does smoke a little bit. It's not smoking right now as it warms up, you know, and discussing the other video might be something that goes away. But no exhaust leaks, clean runner. So we'll go ahead and take our first spin here in a little bit, let it get warmed up. But it is a great project truck, and I hope this goes to a new home. Alright, well, here we are running a driving video of our old 75 Dodge van. As you can see, you got the headlights going, the flasher going. Looks like we might have a flasher bolt burnout in there, but Looks like maybe there too. For some reason this light's got some painters. It's really faded out. This tail light looks like showroom condition. I mean, it is nice. I don't know what the deal is there, but straighten the old plate out a little bit. So you can see it smokes a little bit. You know, as talked about before, but to me what I was after was this, just the killer originality of it, and you know, the rust-free body. It's just cool. It's got a CD player in it, but it doesn't power up, so probably the power to the battery is probably toast or something. Kick the blower motor on, it's nice and quiet. So she's kind of come up to temp. You can see the gauge starting to work. I mean, it's a quiet, super quiet drive. It's, you know, really floaty. You know, the tires are no dry cracks or anything, but they're getting a little, you know, old. And the shocks are a little floaty. But this thing was floaty from the factory. I mean, it just kind of, you could feel the top moving and stuff like that. It's definitely not something you want to be going 80 miles an hour through some corners in. But you can see it idles really quiet and smooth. I mean, besides the smoking, this thing just runs killer. I mean, it's quiet. I just shifted into second. Wipers don't seem to kick on, don't seem to work. Hopefully you can see out of the rearview mirror. You don't see a lot of smoke. You know, you lose it when you're going down the road. It's just kind of when you're idling, you see kind of a plume go. But, you know, it's got a little bit of play. You can kind of just feel it kind of do this. You know, it's kind of floaty. You'll hit a good bump and you'll kind of do this. But, you know, if you're used to an old vehicle or something, you know, you get kind of used to it. I mean, it's just a big old tall van. So I'll punch it right now. Kicks down nice. Good acceleration. You can see some smoke, you know. So, you know, that's the biggest thing I want to express. But the body, man, that's where I'm at. It's just killer. It's just hard to find these things. And this is going at no reserve. Let's come to a nice stop. It stops really nice. I mean, brake pedal feels really good. It's not soft or spongy. It doesn't pull, shake, or any of that stuff. So, mechanically, man, it feels really good. Besides your little leaks, you know, and stuff like that. But, you know, I'll come to a dead stop. Doesn't die. I didn't smoke as bad that time. Let's see if I can adjust my mirror here. But you know, it goes through the gears, steers. I mean, it's not like I'm chasing it down or terrified to drive it. It doesn't pull one way. Steering wheel's nice and straight. Go ahead and punch it again here. Nice responsive transmission. I mean, it kicks down right away. So the electric choke works, idles up when it's cold. Have this guy going kind of slow in front of us here, so I'm gonna make a turn. I mean, it's got pretty good power. It's clearing up a little bit, so I really don't know. You know, maybe the rings will seat, but plan for the worst there. You know, that's all I can say. I don't want you to get this thing and be, you know, like, oh man, thought this would clear up and it doesn't. So, so we'll do a nice little tight corner here. I like this because it's bumpy and nasty. There's holes. You can kind of feel how it soaks it up. So, all right, let's go no reserve. Good luck.